Welcome to the Dray Way. Hey, what's going on? Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get out to 100,000 subscribers. I can't do it without you. So hit the subscribe button. I'm glad you're here. We got a great show today. Let's go. Hey, welcome to the Dray Way. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm in an alternate world because so far we've been into this presidency about 3 weeks with Donald Trump, and they've accomplished nothing. Absolutely nothing. And here, they were promising to get things done right away, and, they've gotten absolutely nothing done. And when I say nothing, I mean, what have they passed? In order to get things done, you have to pass things through legislation. You have to get things through the House, through the Senate, and on the president's desk. And there are things that need to get done. Namely, we have a lot of infrastructure. We have a lot of electrical grid. We have a lot of needs in this country. Bridges, transportation. We got a lot of needs. I mean, we have roads and bridges and airports and trains that are 60, 70, 80 years old. Don't you think it's time to update that stuff? It's time to get things done. But instead, you know what we're doing? We're having somebody like Marco Rubio fly around to countries in the southern hemisphere, and then lie about what they so-called accomplished. Because all I saw in the newspaper for 2 days is, oh my gosh, Marco Rubio goes and sits down with Panama, and Panama is now going to let warships in free. That's what we got. We got free warships in Panama Canal. No, you didn't. Yeah, that's a lie. You got no such thing. It's so bad that the president from Panama had to come out and be like, why did the State Department issue an absolute lie? We said no such thing. There is no such thing as free passage for military ships from the United States. That's not a thing. That's not true. So again, the administration is called out for being liars. Isn't that a wonderful thing to know around the world, that you can't trust the State Department to come out with the truth? Now, how do you think that makes us look around the rest of the world? It makes us look ridiculous. And that's because Donald Trump is completely ridiculous. And I know we're only 3 weeks into this, but it's 3 weeks of nonsense. It's 3 weeks of complete bullshit. And I say bullshit with as much kindness as I can, because this is just stupid. Instead of this country moving forward for the next 4 years, we are moving nowhere. We are going nowhere. Because we have a House and a Senate and a White House that is just about power and money and wants nothing to do with getting things done. You want to start cutting government jobs? You want to start gutting the government? Those are people. Those are people that have lives. Those are people that depend on those monies and that income. Every single person you're firing, you're ruining families. Do you understand that? Do you understand our government isn't the problem? The government has been set up over hundreds of years. The problem's not the government. The problem is, and always has been, the people running it. Because too often the people trying to run it know absolutely nothing about doing it. Especially in this case. You're putting a bunch of people in charge that have no experience. They are all the definition of DEI hiring. They have no business being in these jobs whatsoever. We got someone that in charge of the Secretary of Defense. He was a major. We don't put majors in charge. Are you kidding me? We put generals and admirals in charge, not a major. And Marco Rubio? Give me a break. And Toby Gabbard, and we're just putting a bunch of people in place that have no experience, So what do? We sit here, and for years, nothing will get done. Nothing will get done because we have a complete and total loser at the top. Such a loser at the top that Panama and other countries like Canada and Mexico, you know what Canada and Mexico are doing? They're making sure that American products aren't sold in Canada, aren't sold in Mexico. And they're going to start looking for other partners. Here we got we couldn't ask for two greater partners than Canada and Mexico. And because Donald Trump is such a complete, worthless piece of shit, we now have Canada and Mexico looking outside the United States going, hey, since they're going to be assholes, we're going to look over here. We want to do business over here, but we won't do business with an asshole. And guess who the asshole is? It's Donald Trump. It's the big, fat, diaper-wearing orange of goo. That's who it is. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, I'm on it today. Let me know what you think in the comments. Welcome to the Dray Way. I'm glad you're here. Don't go anywhere. We have more to talk about. So now we are into February. March is just, I can see March in the distance. And March, you know what March means? March means springtime. We're going to start talking spring real soon here. But you know what February and March mean? February and March mean they are under Donald Trump's jobs numbers. From this point on, starting in February, March, April, all the job numbers belong to Donald Trump. All the numbers are all his. And I can tell you right now, it's going to be a disaster. Because tell me what Donald Trump is doing right now to help jobs in America. Yeah, he's not doing anything. He's walking around the government saying, hey, I'm going to prove to you that there's waste, fraud, and abuse, that the government isn't perfect. Really? Really? Okay, the government isn't perfect. You know what else isn't perfect? The tax system that you're trying to propose. The tax system where we keep giving away billions, trillions to really, really rich people that don't freaking need the money. They don't need it. They already have so much money, they don't know what to do with it. But for some reason, you guys in office want to make it even easier for them to accumulate more and more and more. You can't take it with you. It doesn't go with you. You know, you got $100 billion. Why? Why on earth does anybody have $100 billion? Why? Why wouldn't you start giving that away immediately? What are you going to do with $100 billion? You could never spend in 10 lifetimes $50 billion. So what are you doing with the other $50 billion? Holding on to it for what? To do what with it? It doesn't make any sense why we're just letting these rich people get richer and richer and pay less and less. It makes no sense, people. It doesn't benefit us as a society. It's not about, you know, getting a few hundred people to have everything. And the millions of you have nothing. Yay! Millions of you have nothing. But the few hundred over here have almost all of it. If you're worth more than $5 or $10 billion, shame on you. What are you doing with it? Start setting up programs to give it away, to start helping communities and families. Give that money away. You don't need it for anything. What are you going to do with $10 billion, you idiot? It's ridiculous. You know, we all sit around and go, why is there homelessness? Why are so many people this? Why are so many people that? Because we have so many billionaires that are assholes. You know, I just can't imagine being worth 20, 30, 50 billion dollars and walking around going, oh, I think I'll buy a basketball team. No, jerk off. We got a lot of people in need. Why don't you, while you're alive, why don't you use some of that money to greatly help lives around, throughout the country? Why don't you help people? You've been blessed with all this money. What a shame you weren't blessed with any empathy. Because I don't know how people walk around 10, 20, 30, 50 billion dollars. Nobody gives a shit. I certainly don't give a shit. I could care less how much you're worth. Because once again, where we're going, we're all going the exact same way. Broke. We're going, wherever we're going, we can't take anything with us. So what are you sitting there just accumulating it for? When you could be doing so much, so good for so many. It just doesn't make any sense. Let me know what you think in the comments. I want to see what you guys think in the comments. But yeah, enough's enough. You know, if you're worth billions of dollars, have some empathy and help out others. Because just accumulating more of it, yeah, it doesn't make you better. It just makes you a greedy pig. Let me know what you think. Don't go anywhere. One final thought. It's the Super Bowl. It is Super Bowl Sunday, and I know you're all sitting there going, I just need to know what Drayton thinks. I just need to know what Drayton thinks about this Super Bowl. Because clearly I know everything when it comes to football. I am all-knowing, all-seeing. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I think if I were the Eagles, being that Kansas City seems to play really well in the Super Bowl, I would keep their offense off the field. So I would make, as the Eagles, I would make it very short passes. I would hit them with the run over, and they would see Barkley again and again and again, and I would use every second on the clock, and I would shorten this Super Bowl down as short as possible because I want Mahomes on the field as little as possible. So I think the Super Bowl is going to go under, and I think the Eagles pull it out by a field goal. Yep, I'm going with the fly, Eagles fly. As somebody that used to live right outside of Philadelphia in Willingboro, New Jersey, and delivered the Philadelphia Inquirer at 5 o'clock in the morning, every single morning, Monday through Sunday, yes, I have to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm going to say it's going to be a pretty close game, something like 21-17. 21-17 is my prediction. We'll see what happens, but yes, I'm going with the Eagles. Have a wonderful Super Sunday. Like I said, I won't watch the game until the final 5 minutes. The final 5 minutes I will watch. I'll miss all the commercials. You guys can let me know about the commercials in the comments. Have a wonderful Super Sunday. And don't forget, the Dray Way is each and every day. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 100,000, and I need your help. Mwah! Have a Super Sunday. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.